Hey everybody, welcome back. Hey, I was going to show you, I made this little pallet project for, you can hang it up. I put little hangers on the back. You can hang it up. I stuck clothespins on it, hang papers and such, but you don't have to use clothespins. You can leave it the way it is and get the little hooks and just hang stuff off of it, or you can just put it up for decoration, or you can paint whatever color you want. This is just some scrap wood that I had, and I was going to show you how to make one of these just out of the scrap. You don't have to use scrap. You can go, buy wood if you want for it. But I have enough scrap laying around that I didn't want it to go to waste. So the main slats are everything. All the pieces that I cut are 12 inches long. And well, I'm needing a haircut. All the pieces are 12 inches long. Now, the one I use for the slats, they're 12 inches long, 3/8 thick, and 1.5 inches wide. And you can do whatever size you want. I had a bunch of this from ripping down some walnut boards for some other projects. And I don't ever throw any scrap away. So I had these. And then these are also scrap. These are what I'm going to use on the bottom for the 3 that go across. And I'll show you how to do it, but there's 3 here, and then there's 3 here that go opposite ways, and then you put all the slats on top to make it look like the pallet. And the one I'm going to be making for you guys, it's all already been ran through the planer and smoothed. This one here, I was going to smooth it out, but I thought, it might look kind of neat with the rough cut look on it, like an actual pallet would. But some people don't like that, so that's why I'm using these. But now these are rough cut on the bottom, but they're going to be the part that sits up against the wall or down, so it didn't matter. But these are 12 inches long, 3/4 inch thick, and 1.5 inches wide. And these are going to be the 3 main ones that I put across the bottom. And I'll move you in closer when I get ready to assemble it. These are going to be the ones that go opposite to them, and these are 3/4 by 3/4. And then, like I said, the slats, 1 foot long, 3/8 thick, and 1.5 inches wide. So something you can do, let me pull you in here, show you the assembly part. There we go. On your 3 main bottom ones, take and mark them, and they're not perfect. They're a little bit thicker. One's thicker than the other one, and that's okay because that kind of helps with the look. But they're 1 foot long, so I'm going to mark the middle part on each one of them, and then transfer that mark to one side. And the reason why I'm not getting too picky on being perfect with this is it's a pallet. Their pallets aren't, perfect. They have weird spots on them. There's some leftover glue from another project of it. They're not perfect. So this is just going to be a lot of eyeballing, but it's going to be something, easy that anybody can make. And if you don't have a saw to cut these, like these, I use my table saw to rip them down for the other project. If you don't have a table saw or anything like that, you can buy pieces of trim that are already really thin like that, and then all you got to do is cut them to length. So I've got them marked and these. So now I'm going to take just a little dab of glue, and then take one of these and put it here, and then see, I got that halfway mark. You're just going to eyeball it and get it close. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then I'm using a pin nailer. You can use a different nailer if you want. It's got different size nails in it. Or you can glue it and clamp it together. You don't have to nail it. but just kind of get them close. And put some nails in there. And like I said on this one, just eyeball it. Doesn't have to be perfect. That's part of the look of it, is it not being perfect. You want it to not be perfect. And then on your marks here where the middle's at, because you should have marked, you marked here, but then you should have marked the edge too. So the top mark, just put a dab of glue there. And I'm going to go ahead and just do both of these. And don't need a ton of glue because you're going to, you're having it. It's going to be glued and nailed, so. And these are pin nails, so if you go crazy with them, that's okay. It ain't going to hurt nothing. They're pretty small. So now you got this part made. Now what I do is come around on the bottom side and go ahead and run some nails on this way too. And this is a good way if you got some scrap and you don't want to throw it away. It's a good way to, be able to use it. So there's your main frame. And then just take 5 of these, and you can use more or less if you want. You don't have to use 5, but and then you just kind of get them about where you think you want them. Just kind of look at them. Again, they don't have to be perfect. If you get the spacing off a little bit, that's part of what makes it look good. And then just dab some glue on it. Get it fairly even. And there you go. And then about where you got, now usually what I'll do is just since I'm eyeballing it, like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect, but something I do just because of, the whole OCD thing is I'll do the middle one. Sorry about the air compressor. I'm doing this late at night, and I don't think my neighbors would appreciate me running that out in the driveway. So I do these 3 first, and even though it doesn't have to be perfect, I like to at least get it close. You don't have to. You can put it way off if you want. You can have it crooked, They kind of have a guide they go by at pallet shops that if you've ever looked at enough pallets, you know that they're not ever perfect. And we're out of nails. Oh. Just a side note, if you ever use pin nails, They are very fragile, very, very thin, and they have an arrow on one side of them. Getting camera there. They have an arrow on one side of them showing which way they're supposed to be pointed. And then when you go to shove this, do it very lightly, because they will pop back out on you. Not that I've ever done that, but and the thing I like about the pin nails is they leave such a little hole that you don't have to fill it in. But I mean, you know, like I said, you got this. I mean, you could put it crooked, you could put it this way more or that way more if you want, but just for aesthetics, I kind of line them up, but not perfect by any means. And like I said, if you don't have a pin nailer, this is a Metabo. I got it at Lowe's on clearance. It was like 40 bucks. But, you know, with that, you also got to have the air compressor and the nail gun, or the air hose, and which my air compressor is really old. I've had it for a long time. But it's just one of those little pancake compressors from back in the day when I used to do roofs. But there's that. So you got just your plain pallet. Now at this point, you know, if you look at it from the side, it looks like a pallet. It's got the place for them to put the forks in, you know. At this point, you could leave it like it is and just use it to hook stuff on. You could get other hooks to put in it. Like if you get if you do run into these projects at like Hobby Lobby or hobby stores, you know, I get the different size clothespins and little tiny ones, and then regular ones, which if you watch one of the other videos where I'm talking about putting clotheslines up, I'm kind of swiping some of my clothesline pins for that. And then you can put whatever kind of hook you want on the back. For something like this, I originally was going to use some of these, but in order to get both screws on it, because they make these that have one screw on them also, this one's got two, but they're screw holes, not screws, but I didn't want it sticking out past, because if I'd have done it, it would have stuck over the top, and I didn't like that. So I looked through and I found a pack of these that I had, these little hangers. So easy way on that, you don't have to have anything specific to, or any specific place really to put them. But what I do is I'll take a speed square, and they got these grooves in it, and just put your pencil in it, and you can just slide this across. Don't use a mechanical pencil. My other pencil's over on the other side of the shop, and I didn't want to go get it, so I may have to go get it. Because, yeah, let me go get my other pencil. Remember, let me make the mistakes so you don't. Get it sharp here. Alright, get a pencil that's got a little bit more oomph to it. But you just put it in one of those guides and have your flat part up here, and just run your pencil mark down. And then I don't know if you can see it very well on camera, but there's a pencil mark there. And when you do that, just pick a spot somewhere you want to mount it. And what I do is the holes for the nails, I put them right on the line. And I'll put one side on. And just a little tip for you, if with these little teeny tiny nails, I get my Leatherman out, but you know, get you a pair of leaderless pliers, and that way you don't smush your finger when you do it. You know, hit the wrong nail kind of thing. So I just line up the holes with the line that's there. And then I will take my tape measure and measure what the inside piece is. So this one's at 3 3/4. So then I'll just take 3 3/4 over here and make a line. Okay. Now I know that the inside of this one needs to go on that line. So I just put it to where it intersects the two lines and get down. So there's a little quick thing you can do. You can hang out on the wall now. And I make some of these that are a little bit bigger, and I'll have to show a video on that. I don't have any videos at the moment with it. But I make some that they're a little bit bigger, and I engrave names in them. You know, like whatever family name, what year they were married, that kind of stuff, how many kids they got. You know, I made some for Christmas one year. Had the family name on it, and then the mom and dad, and then I had all their kids listed on the bottom. So there's just a quick little project you can make. And like I said, you can put clothes hangers on there. Now we glued these. Something I would, if you do clothespins, some I would not recommend doing is gluing them, because if you use the pin nail, if you don't ever plan on taking them off, that's fine. But what I like is if you got them with the pin nailer on here and you break one, or for some reason, you just don't like them anymore and you want to change to something different, you can just pop these off the pin nail and then pull the pin nails out real easy. Where if you glue it, it's more of a pain to get it off. And then now what I'll do is I'll just sand this real good and just leave it rough like this. Now if it was pine, I'd probably, paint it different colors or stain it. But with being walnut, I'll just leave it the walnut color. But so hey, I appreciate you guys watching. I'm up over 130 subscribers now, so thank you very much to everybody that subscribed. I really do appreciate it. I've got more videos coming, and I really do need a haircut. I got more videos coming. Yeah, sorry, I've been sniffling. Apparently this year I decided to obtain allergies. So it is what it is. But thanks for watching. Appreciate it. And yeah, if you don't mind, subscribe, like, share, bell, all that clicky stuff. So hey, thanks a lot for watching. And I do appreciate everybody that watches. And I do read all the comments, and I try to answer all the comments. So thank you very much. Have a great day.